For all of human history, it has been human nature to ask, how did we get here and what happened before us? Hopefully today we will answer at least part of your question. Now, plate tectonics is the theory that the Earth's crust, the top layer, is comprised of multiple plates that drift upon the asthenosphere. And the fossil record. Those are the two topics we will be discussing today. And that is the part of your question that I will be answering today. I've selected an expert in these fields, the best of the best, who has won 3 Nobel Prizes for his works in paleontology and geology. The expert that I have handpicked for its incredible knowledge and excellent memory, please welcome Professor Ariz.
Thank you, Mr. Godric, for the kind words. Today, I'll be arguing about the presence of plate tectonics using fossil records. As Mr. Godric already stated, the plate tectonics theory states that the Earth's crust is comprised into and broken into multiple plates that float around the asthenosphere. Evidence of the plates floating around is found in the fossil records of species in South America and Africa, one of which is the Mesosaurus and the other is the Glossopteris. The Mesosaurus fossils are found in South America, the southern part of South America and the southern part of Africa. These were freshwater crocodiles. They were around 4 feet long and they were not very good swimmers. So the only way the fossils could be found on both continents was if they were connected at one point. The Glossopteris was a fern or a short tree. These ferns or short trees had really heavy seeds. And yet they were both found in 2 different continents, which currently are really spaced out. So the only way for these 2 to be found on both continents was if both continents were connected at one point, but slowly drifted apart. Now we'll be meeting up with both of these fossils and having a nice little chat with them. We have moved to the delightful and diverse continent of South America now, and we are going to be searching for the fossils. Looks like we found one already, the Mesosaurus. The Mesosaurus is an amazing creature and really gives you an amazing portrait of what life was like back in the Permian era. So, what kind of food did you eat?
I was thought to eat smaller crustaceans and had quick reflexes to catch smaller prey.
Would it be possible for you to swim between South America and Africa?
Of course not. I'm not a strong swimmer and I prefer to go on land most of the time and only go in the water only when necessary. Most of the food I eat is closer to shore, so I only really needed to evolve to swim smaller distances.
Since the Mesosaurus would not have been able to swim the distance between South America and Africa, the only way for the Mesosaurus to be found in both of those continents would have to be if they were connected at one point of time. Now, let's go look for the other fossil. Here is the Glossopteris.
Hello, I am a Glossopteris fossil. I am a seed fern that lived during the Permian and Triassic periods, which was about 200 to 300 million years ago. My fossils can be found in the southeastern parts of South America, in a band across southern Africa, southern India, in an arch across Antarctica, and also in southeastern Australia. We had large, heavy seeds that could not be moved by wind across the ocean, so we probably were all on one connected landmass, and our seeds must have been carried to other places by different organisms, or if they fell to the ground from our leaves.
Glossopteris is another piece of evidence for plate tectonics, as stated by the Glossopteris. So, what did you do to survive, Mr. Glossopteris?
I performed photosynthesis, which is how plants create oxygen for all living organisms to breathe. Did you know that plants like me also produce carbon dioxide? I need to get back to the Permian before the Siberian traps blow. Bye!
Here in southern Africa, we see more evidence of what our expert had stated earlier.
You see, the fossils of Mesosaurus and Glossopteris are also found here in Africa. Through our interview, we gathered evidence of how it would be impossible for these different organisms to swim across the ocean between South America and Africa, proving that the theory of plate tectonics is factually correct. Thank you, Mr. Host, for inviting me on today's episode. Gotta go, bye.
If any of that was difficult for you to follow, today our expert Ariz Rahman explained the overwhelming fossil evidence for the theory of plate tectonics, how the natural ranges and territories of extinct animals had crossed the boundaries of multiple continents, something that those species could not have done if there was a giant ocean between them. Now, all of this scientific evidence points to the idea that once all of these continents were connected as one giant landmass, and we call that landmass Pangea. Now, always remember, kids, curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. Stay inquisitive.